Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Speak Soundly Real Talk for Teachers podcast. Today, we've got a very, very special guest, my mate, Zach Eagling, who is a Pride of Britain winner, just to point out, but also the super soundest teenager that I actually know. So, Zach's very kindly come along to talk about his podcast and then also to answer a few questions. So, really, to get a bit of a perspective, I guess, on what teens actually think of teachers.
Well,
we've we've not rehearsed this at all, so it could say anything.
yeah,
So please do be totally honest, Zach. So
yeah,
yeah,
like, I'm like, I'm feel like a sailor. Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
So, um, on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you to be talking to me right now?
Well, I really look at that bit of school. I mean, I want you to hold this great step better. Yeah.
Better than school then. Fine, good. All right then. So, if school was a restaurant, what rating? So this is talking about like your school. Obviously don't say too much, but if school was a rating, what rating would you give it on Google and why?
Oh, God. Yeah, answer to that. Well, it depends what their week is. It depends what their week is. I
Yeah,
mean, it was a Monday or Friday, boom, or a moment like at the end of the week. But a lot of Mondays were Mondays. So, I
yeah,
mean, if it was to start week or end of week, it would be definitely one start because of music.
fair
So,
enough.
because obviously I'm part of the SEN department at my school. They do really help, but sometimes it's not the best.
Yeah,
So it often depends on what has happened that day.
yeah, course. It totally depends on what's happened with you, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now you're feeling. Yeah, definitely. So, what rating would you get it? Give it 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 stars?
And like I said, depending on the day, if it was a really crap day, hit me with one star. But if it was alright, then but higher.
Amazing. Right, good. All right. So fair enough. But 1 star's pretty low.
Yeah. Uh, the
Ah,
do.
oh, mate. So let's not talk too much about school. We're going to go on and talk about that in a bit. But let's have a look at. So I want to hear about your podcast. So you've got a podcast, which basically means you're doing which something that half of the adults on this planet wouldn't even dare to do,
Yeah.
which is awesome. So what gives you the confidence to be able to do that?
Well, I've, I, I've been young since like the that and whatever. But that was what, 6, yeah, so I started 6 years ago on the class online. And then obviously since then I've done a lot more like campaigning, winning tournament awards, lots of children's courage awards. Um, I got a favourite, but part of that was of musician that. And all that involves like being true to the people and being true not only to the people that you talk that need it, but being true to yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. Good lad. Oh, Zach. Oh. Yeah, definitely. You've been doing this for ages. You've met all sorts of famous people.
Uh,
Just do a few name drops. Who have you met, Zach?
Jesus God.
You've met
I,
everyone.
I, I want to pick up.
We've got as long
Um,
as you need. Go on.
Cowboy, and husband, I met the first, oh, God, I didn't know it. Um, the first that they cast the 2025
Yes.
Closely they give me the award.
Yeah.
God, I could say it. Then, but honestly, it's not about who to be. It's about it. It is in a way, but like it's part bit. It wasn't just like, oh my God, so, oh my God, that's a vocabulary Stacy. It's like being in the room. Like, you can look back at pictures,
Yeah.
but being in that place with 800 celebrities, it's like nothing compared to
Yeah. Nothing compared. It was like amazing to watch.
it.
Amazing. But yeah, I bet it was unreal being there.
800 people.
Wow. It's
And,
incredible. Incredible. Well done, mate. Well done. It must have been nerve-wracking getting up on that stage.
um, you know what? I, honestly, I didn't forget about it. I just took it in Mr. Ad.
You did. Yeah, you really did. You really did. You absolutely did. You did your man proud. You did everyone proud. Brilliant. Right, mate. So, enough of that. Enough in the name dropping. Right. Okay. So, just talking about your podcast a little bit more. So, has having a podcast changed the way you think or communicate? Yeah, because I feel like that's something to having to actually like articulate your thoughts out loud, but you're really good at that. So, has school helped you to do that? Do you think school's played a part in your ability to communicate?
I don't know because I'm so don't get taught basic life skills
Yeah.
like finance or how to talk publicly or how to manage the day-to-day life outside of school. So I feel like a lot of it is pretty self-taught.
Yeah, absolutely. You're really good at it, like really, really good at public speaking and all those kinds of things. But a lot of teens struggle with that and find that
Yeah.
really difficult. Like I've got relatives that can't even give eye contact and really struggle with it. So yeah, it's difficult,
Yeah.
isn't it? But you're really good at that. So, but you highlighted something there and said that's not something that is taught in schools. And I agree with that. I agree with that. Yeah. And it should be more of, more of.
Because I can only follow Simon's clip on Instagram or whatever, but he's like a, he looks like Mr. Branson, but he works for them. He goes out and asks people what the dreams are. But he says in some videos, like, why aren't schools teaching basic necessities?
Yeah. Yeah. Basic life skills that you need going through your entire life, job interviews, everything. Yeah. 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 No, you're right. You're right, mate. Absolutely right. All right. That's what we do at Speak Soundly. But anyway, no plugging yet. So, teachers, the good, the bad, and the ugly now. The good bit. Right. Okay. So this is a nice one. If you could design the perfect teacher, what are the three things that they absolutely must have? So think of it like, when you play Sims and you're building like a character. What three qualities must that teacher have?
But I can't think of sleep. but I've got one that does stick out to me. Obviously earlier I mentioned the fact that I'm part of the SEN department, because I've been into it.
Yeah.
But some of the teacher assistants, even not send staff, don't understand what it's like to
Yeah.
have been like because any other neurological condition to be like ADHD. Never took it otherwise, but CP and brain injuries. Never got a clue.
No, they don't know how to, so they don't know how to adapt the lessons properly to suit your needs, basically. Yeah. 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 Do you think that if you were doing like online lessons, that would actually be easier?
I get allowed the impression if it might type of fatigue or whatever.
Yeah.
So if it was virtual, me, I was like, it's like when it was COVID and we had online learning, I
Yeah.
wasn't, I wasn't there half the time.
No. Did you well no, I won't either. And I were a teacher in school. So did you find online learning a little bit easier than being at school sometimes, or would you say it was more difficult?
It's a lot more free. It's a lot more free than it's like because say I knock at the house, one because like a bit like the other week I went to have a theatre lesson, but
Yeah.
pulled me out of it. But then on Wednesday I have two free periods because I'm on a part-time thing. So in that free time, instead of so when I went to have the lesson, the rest of the class were doing an assessment
Yeah.
for 100 minutes, which is how long the lessons are.
Yeah.
But on Wednesday, when I was meant to have my three, three subject designs and do whatever kind of homework, etc., I was put in an exam, in an assessment for,
Oh, God.
for 3 hours.
What? That's
Yeah.
insane. Why would they do that?
Because I was to do 100 minutes, but,
Oh,
but then I got 50% extra time, so how am I? So the day after, I knocked that out, because I'm like,
yeah, exactly. It's
I'm like,
tiring. Yeah. That's exhausting. I couldn't sit and do an assessment for 3 hours. That I'd be asleep. That's horrible. Horrible.
I did get I did get lunch break in between, so it was staggered. But I could take breaks in between
Yeah, right.
that.
It's little breaks.
But
Um,
instead of even doing that, it had on to extra time or whatever. So it's like, but,
Boring. Boring.
but,
Oh, sorry about that, mate. It sounds like you've had a really bad experience with it. So yeah, so have I'll go back to teachers and then we'll go back to online because I'm interested to find out more about that. But all right, so what is a one thing that a teacher does that instantly makes a whole class switch off? And we all know what it is, don't we? Go on, let's so like I know one thing, but what's your thing?
be the supply.
When it being a supply?
Yeah, because I don't know if it's just my classes, but I got some input there. The whole class is just terrible.
I've been a supply teacher, but for primary it's different.
Nice when it's some when it's a supply teacher, I'm like, so I wanted to apply for gone as I want to become the teacher on maternity leave.
Yeah.
And for what, like, months, that's in January. However, it's just been absolutely chaos.
Yeah, I've walked into a few chaos classes as a supply teacher, but even with little ones, it's
Yeah.
okay, like think away from supply teachers. I know because we've all been there as a supply teacher. It's not very nice, and I can't imagine being a supply teacher in a secondary school. But what is it like? Think of one thing. Like, have you got one teacher that just does this one thing, and you think, oh God, that again? Or is there just one class where it's you don't have to obviously don't say names, but like where they keep going, do they talk too much? Is it
I feel like if some subjects have big support staff or the class teacher, just pet and I want to do it.
peck your head?
If I deserve it, like, I deserve it.
So, would you say that secondary then are a little bit more, are they quite hands-on, or would you say they're not as hands-on?
I think I am a bit more hands-on, but then I'm at that point where it is detrimental that I get a good teacher or a good teacher because I'm sitting my English lit exam
Yeah.
in in 4 weeks.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's exam time.
For 4 and 5 weeks. So I'm sitting myself. But
You actually, you worried about it?
a little bit because I didn't mock it up, but I got a 3. But if the it's poetry and unseen poetry.
Yeah.
I how many players they not like how many
You're
otherwise.
doing English lit then, yeah?
Yeah,
You'll be fine. You'll be
I'm
fine. You'll be all right. You're a
fucking
bright lad.
the rest of it, I'm not gonna be able to do that one, but poetry, I'm like, special non-poetry, I'm fine, but unseen, I'm not, you want not here.
It's really hard, and poetry is probably the hardest thing in English, I would say. So it is. It's tough. Nobody likes doing poetry at your age, though. Let's be
Yeah,
real. It's one of those
oh
things.
yeah,
There are ways, though. I mean, I've done lessons around poetry. You can actually make it fun. You can make it enjoyable. So we'll move on to that very quickly because I do want to get to that bit. But all right, last one about teachers. Okay. Okay, right. If you could sit every teacher in the country down for 5 minutes and tell them one thing that they need to stop doing, what would it be? Just one sentence.
rambling,
Ah,
stop.
stop rambling.
Yeah, like, just let it's like I get in some subjects that have to,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
in terms of it, that is not.
Just shut up. Exactly. Yeah, that's what. So to be fair, that's what we do with ours. So our courses, we do something, and it's basically like small teacher talk time. So we have it where our teachers are not allowed to ramble. Like it's a rule. You are not allowed to ramble in sessions, and because it's online, if the teacher's doing all the talking, then nobody else is learning. So yeah, so it is. But in class teachers do it just as much, yeah, it's not good. It's not good
Yeah.
at all. Right. Thank you, Zach. Thank you for that. All right. So, let's just move on to a few, and then I'm going to get to these end ones. So, think about like challenges and support in school now. I'm only going to ask you a couple of these. So,
What
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 is
what
one?
question what question you want? About what question you want? I've got
Number 9, mate. I'm going to ask you now. So, what is the hardest thing about being a teenager in school that adults completely underestimate or just do not see?
I, but I'm not, but I could tell you from the perspective of any reasonable person, like you or somebody else. I could only see it from that somebody's from the perspective of having a neurodeference and having a brain injury and disabilities.
Yeah.
But tonight, I've said this on my podcast, like CP, cerebral palsy and epilepsy, which is what I've got, don't get talked about. And the teachers don't get to find there is a teacher going on, I won't name the training platform, but there is it going on as a training platform. I've been training, a training course for disabilities
Mm,
and neurodivergence, and it's like, as much as it's not the school's priority, it's not the school's priority. I mean, I get that, but in a sense, why not the staff being trained on how to deal with somebody who
yeah,
is neurodivergent? Uh,
yeah,
I'm not saying that all DHD, ADHD, whatever, they know how to deal with that, but the physical impairment and brain injury, they don't really understand how to
mm,
cope with it.
yeah. So, and I agree with that. And I think you said it's not a priority, which is really terrible that not understanding cerebral palsy is a priority. But it's also, do you think, a bit to do with the funding and the government that the funding that the
That's
government give? Probably.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, but it isn't good enough, and we should have a better understanding. Everybody should be having training, and this is why
Yeah,
I enjoy speaking to you, Zach, because you
yeah,
just say it how it is.
yeah.
Good lad.
I
So,
mean, I always like badminton a little bit because you know what I'm like, but P- Peter Hughes,
uh,
I'm not, Peter Hughes. And, in every sentence, so, so
you're
far,
doing really well. You've
yeah.
not dropped any bombs yet.
Oh, yeah. What's that saying to you?
I've been very good as well.
Uh,
Ah, dear. No, no, I'm glad you've said that though, because it's good for people to hear, and it is. And I think because teachers are going to be watching this, it's good for teachers, especially online teachers, that are coming through onto an online platform. And like you've just said, yeah, we get a lot of, talk and information about neurodivergency. Of course we do, but they're not necessarily about other disabilities. So it is really good to spread that awareness. I
and,
totally think that's amazing.
I love the new field though. It's not as much with online because they're not really person, but it is because somebody with CP burns three, 3 to 5 times more energy than a normal person just doing
Um,
simple tasks like
35 times more
the,
energy. Wow.
the 3 to 5, three
Oh,
to,
till five, three
yeah,
till five. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, got you.
yeah. But it's still a lot.
Yeah, it's loads. That's loads. Yeah, think of like calories burning, it's a lot.
It's
Yeah.
like, it's like, it's like getting out of bed, getting dressed. It takes the slight period, like piece of it a lot. But
Yeah.
for us, it's hard to become the burn. Burn more energy just do the simplest task.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And that's something that
So,
just even that statement alone of 3 to 5 times more energy, you're burning 3 to 5 times more energy. If every teacher can just remember that, then they're remembering that it's not as
well,
easy for you to do everything. Yeah.
well, that well, but it also goes with fatigue. Well, so burning that amount of energy. So it it complements the fact that we burn out more easily and get tired a lot more quicker than somebody else.
Yeah.
That like the teacher could be like buffing it on. But then we could be number one, we could be sat there doing our hardest to listen, to
Yeah.
pay attention.
Yeah.
But even doing that, it's still burning the
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
fast up of energy.
Yeah. So even listening's like hard because you're having to like really focus and yeah, take it all in. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Oh, mate. No, that's good. Do you know what? It's really good to hear that. Even out for me, it's good, really good to understand, that for everybody. So thank you for that. I'm gonna swizzle on and try and get through because we're running out of time. So I'm gonna go to the last one on number 12. So you have achieved something incredible at such a young age. Did school support that journey, or did you get there despite that? Have you done it with or without school support?
Now, it was part of like, let, let me go to London to find me alone.
Yeah,
Go to London to look Harvard and meet MP and stuff.
yeah, just
But
casually
then,
meeting MPs
but
and stuff.
then you just,
They have that as well. Going to Houses of Parliament, whatever.
uh,
Yeah,
then, but the avenue was fine.
yeah,
But, and, oh yeah, I'm probably a teacher on news. It's like talking about me. It's
amazing.
like that now I'm getting publicity
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's
off
publicity
off
for them as well.
off the
Yeah,
back
yeah.
of my own. It's like that. I don't know if you saw the video that they did back in October.
Yeah,
But
it's cool.
yeah, it's like that. I was looking at last night. Eight. I was talking about my own Insta.
Yeah.
Eight, eight, 80K views on that video. He's
Wow.
like, he's like, look at how much publicity that is on the back of that. It's
I
like,
know, exactly, exactly. And it's all you. It's not them. It's you that's done it, not them. Just tell us, just because people that are watching won't know what you've actually done at the Houses of Parliament. So, do you want to talk about your amazing law that you've had passed?
so back in 2020, I was eight and I couldn't walk independently without a walking aid, using a walking frame, etc. So when the first lockdown hit, we thought, oh, it won't be too late for that to transpire to be for real. So my marketing was after school. Then I walked in, happening to some bar on TV. So I told them, I said, I want to do something like this. And before this, like I said, I couldn't walk. So we did a little lap around the backyard. And then self self-adjustment page. Target was 260 quid. Hit that within 20. 20 minutes to real get the common language. Just get the quiz in it. Now it's like 21,000 pounds. Um, yeah, no. So then I work with the Epilepsy Society and MPs like past and present prime ministers, and honestly, I was hearing my name, like hearing them say, hearing them say that law, or like one new members to 453 that eyes have it, which is obviously my fault, that the eyes have it.
Yeah.
That, oh, what the is going on?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
It's like,
Absolutely.
it was surreal. I'm like, what is 11 at the time? I mean, yeah, it is far for a quick process.
Yeah, yeah. It wasn't a quick process at all, were it?
No, the two
2 or 3 years, yeah, and it does. But you did it, mate. You've done it. You've done really well, really well. You'll have to put in anything else as well like that. I'll put the links in the bios for this, and you can go and have a look at all the awesome stuff that Zach has done. Yeah. All right, mate. So last little bit now, because we're wrapping up in a couple of minutes. So last question, I think. So, um, what has no, we've already spoke about that. So I'm gonna say, if a teenager watching this is sitting on the fence about investing in themselves and doing an online course, what would you tell them? So thinking about all the things you've told me about, like school not really understanding fully, and helping you or supporting you in the way sometimes that you need it to be. So if you could do an online course and you think actually that would really help just to like for your English lit, just to give you a bit of a push, bit of confidence, what would you tell them?
Honestly, although can't protect the public law conference month, last book about that club and whatnot. And at the end, I put like I put this a book of questions. And one of the questions was, what would you tell somebody who was debating what to do? I thought, oh, it's simple. So like, if you put, if you put your mind to it, it goes skyrocket.
Exactly. It'll
Like,
skyrocket. I love
put,
that. You put your mind to it, it'll skyrocket.
put, think, put your mind to it and say it like, that stop sitting on TikTok or Instagram or Snapchat. And
Stop
I mean,
scrolling.
I mean, I am the guilty as the next person dim, for dim scrolling. But, but then you can still dim scroll. But put your head towards other things, like doing good food. I mean, that, that, I can't say what my motto is, because it's got my bird, but the head. Um, but, but, but it's the bird. Well, it's true, but yeah, if you put your mind to something, you
You can
can
do
do
it.
it.
Yeah, exactly.
And
So yeah,
then you can still have time to do whatever. Yeah.
yeah, you've still got time. If even if you're doing one online session a day, you've still got time to scroll for those other hours in the day. Like basically. And
I know, oh, I can't. You do this in this time, but I know that in between sessions, you're not there on Instagram, aren't
I am. I
you?
am. I mean, the thing is, no, I think the point is, look at all these amazing things you've achieved, Zach, and you've done that by being very determined, very hardworking, putting your mind to it. And I know we have a laugh, but you are brilliant. You are a brilliant person. And I just want to say a huge, because we're nearly there at time, but a huge thank you for doing my first podcast. Yes,
I
Zach.
did it.
I've done it. Oh, so any of the stuff that we've been talking about today, including what Zach's up to and his podcast and things like that, I'll put everything in the bio. And yeah, of course, like if anyone's interested in the online lessons, please get in touch because we've made this and we know what kids want basically. So yeah,
But I was like, I was like, but I have to work around the school holidays. But if anybody ever wants, like, a salary, you can call them not salary, or whatever. But it's better if any job clients, students, whatever, want, want to learn about what it is like to be a student with neurodifferences.
yeah,
Just message, send me a message.
yeah, definitely. No,
Only,
definitely.
I've got access to Zoom that I can just join whenever. But I'm like, if any job students or whatever want to learn about how they can better treat the hands of somebody like me with, or if teenage people in general, fine, I'm more than happy to join and have questions for that.
Amazing. Thank you, mate. No, honestly, yeah, and I think a lot of teachers genuinely would love to learn from you, Zach, because I think you're a great example of, someone trying really hard, but just even like the small things you've said today of like the 3 to 5 times energy and things like that is awesome. But I'm gonna have to wrap it up there, mate, because I know you can talk for England, so
Um,
I'm gonna
if you do want it, I would love to see email. Put my email in
I'll
it.
pop your email down there, mate, for
And
your podcast
also
as well.
my socials, that my Instagram, that you can just message me on social media or whatever. Uh,
Perfect.
I'll, I'll look at my request anyway. So if you message me on there, I'll see it.
Perfect, perfect. I'll put it all below. But thank you so much for today, Zach. I've loved that.
And can you,
Thank I'm
can
just
you,
gonna stop it, guys, Zach, and then I'll chat to you afterwards, all right? All right, mate.
thank you.
Thank you.